out there in Atlanta? It's Chris from AncientLegacy.com. Another exciting episode of My Talking Head. Well, we had a little bit of an oops moment. These oops moments tend to happen a lot. This is nothing new. It's nothing out of the ordinary. Somebody just hit the button early on Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood's YouTube page. Somebody hit the button revealing a house. Trick or Treat is coming to Halloween Horror Nights 2018 and Halloween Horror Nights 28, Orlando and Hollywood. Coming back, of course, we had Trick or Treat last year as a scare zone, but this year it's coming back as a house. Now, I want to firstly address the fuck up here, because whenever we have stuff like this lately, it seems that people are so in shock that something like this could happen. These things happen. As early as 2014, we had incidences, especially in specifically talking about YouTube videos. We have YouTube videos that go live early all the time. 2014, that happened a lot. That happened quite a lot in 2014, where somebody, they would upload videos that were private, that were listed private, but they weren't private. They were going up live, which they stopped that nonsense back then. They didn't upload and make things private. They just waited until the day until they upload the video. But in this case, I'm not really sure what happened. I normally don't post things like this when things are leaked or whatever, unless it's officially sanctioned by Universal Orlando, HGN Orlando, HGN Hollywood. I normally don't post things, but in this case, the reason why I posted it was because it was on their YouTube page, and it was there for like 2 hours. Like when I actually saw the video, it had been sitting there for 2 hours. I don't know how long it had been live, but it said it posted 2 hours ago. This was like right after Murdy had made his call to arms about an announcement coming. But it was there. It was there. It had been there for a while. So it is what it is. I mean, it was on there. It was on their 2018 video list. It was just sitting there. It was the second video in the list. So it's not like, somebody stole this video or the video was private and somebody actually went in the coding and made it live. No, this was an actual video that was posted to Halloween Horror Nights YouTube page. It was unlisted, but it was still there. Like, it was literally in that list of videos. To which, when I saw it floating around, I had to double check for myself. And sure enough, I went to their YouTube page and it was there. It is what it is. But nevertheless, we have Trick or Treat coming back as a house. Now, like I said last year, we're going to go past all that, all the tomfoolery fuckery that happened. Last year, I said about Trick or Treat, I'm not a huge super fan of this film. I know this movie has its diehard fans. People love this movie. They love that Sam character. I was not super thrilled about this coming to Halloween Horror Nights last year, but nevertheless, it did. I was baffled that they brought it as a scare zone, though, because in all honesty, this property lends itself a lot more to being a house. I really don't know why they brought it as a scare zone last year. To me, it's kind of like maybe they were testing the waters a little bit to see if people would accept this property there, because I don't know how much beyond the diehard superfans people were really familiar with the Trick or Treat movie. They might have been familiar with the character of Sam, but I don't know how familiar people are with the actual film itself. So maybe this was the scare zone last year was kind of a way to test to see how people would like the scare zone. Scare zone won scare zone of the year. People seem to really like the scare zone. That scare zone was always crowded. It was a gigantic photo op. Everyone, stopping to take pictures with all the characters and Sam and the trick or treaters and the principal and the throwing up kid and all that stuff. Like, people were totally enamored with the scare zone, and it was a nice scare zone. But I mean, it wasn't like an end all be all scare zone. Like, it was really well designed. It was beautiful to look at. It was really wonderful to walk through there. But bottom line, at the end of the day, this property to me lends itself to a house. I might not love the film that much, but a house of this movie has a lot of potential for some really great show scenes. There's a lot of moments in Trick or Treat that I could pick out and go, okay, well, I want to see how they do that, or I want to see how they do this. It does. It lends itself a lot more to a house. So I'm actually kind of excited about this coming to the event this year, because I want to see what they can do with the property, and if they can do the property justice. I would not be surprised if this house is chock full of Sams, because, like I alluded to earlier, people might not have been so aware or hyper aware of this movie and what the movie was about. but they might have been aware of the character of Sam. Sam is one of these sort of modern day horror icons that I think people, they recognize. They recognize that character, even though they might not. Some people might not have seen the movie. They know of the character. They know what the character looks like. They know who the character is. So it does. I would not be surprised if there are a million of those characters. Everyone wanted a picture with Sam last year. If you walked, 2 feet into the Trick or Treat Scare Zone, everyone was looking for Sam, and there were 2 Sams, and there was still, everyone was always all around the Sam character. But yeah, so there's not a whole lot of you can really talk about this because we had the Scare Zone last year, from the property. We have it as a house this year. It's going to be the Scare Zone. It's going to be the property, but you're actually, like anything else they do, you're walking through the movie this time, which again, I think this property lent itself better to a house. I'm not a huge fan of Dougherty as a director in a way. I hated Krampus. I thought Krampus had a lot of potential, but the movie just failed me miserably, and I was not excited about the house coming to Halloween Horror Nights. But it's obvious Universal has a really good working relationship with Michael Dougherty. So it kind of makes sense that, even if the Scare Zone didn't do well last year, I could have still seen them bringing it this year as a house. Because I think they really wanted to do it as a house, but the lineup last year was just so chock full of other things. Maybe they just didn't have room for it. And they decided to chuck it into a Scare Zone. So it is what it is. But yeah, so Trick or Treat is coming. Fuckery, tomfoolery, all things sort of happening. I will not expect another announcement to come until June. This was actually supposed to be announced last week. And to my knowledge, something happened behind the scenes. I don't know what that happened. What caused the announcement to be delayed. But it was delayed, and then it was leaked early. So everything comes full circle in life, guys. It's just the way that it is. It's actually kind of comical in a way that, knowing that this was supposed to be announced last week and it got delayed, and then it was leaked early accidentally is actually kind of funny in a way. And if the people behind the scenes at Universal don't see the humor in that, then there's no hope. But yeah, so it is what it is. So Trick or Treat is coming as a house on both coasts. I didn't see anything listed about overseas. I'm pretty sure it's just Hollywood and Orlando. So that's it. Like I said, I don't expect another announcement until June. I think we're going to sort of calm down here for a couple of weeks. That's it. I didn't get down to Universal this week. The weather here in Orlando is kind of crappy, and I've been busy with other things. It was my birthday this past weekend, so we went over to Tampa, so I didn't get out to Universal on Friday. I didn't go today. I'm slacking off, but I should return to Universal probably at the end of this week or next week. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, so keep on churning, guys. I think people are going to be very, very excited about things that are going to be announced here coming up in the next couple of months. I think there's going to be some surprises, some disappointments, some tears, both of joy and of sadness. But, it is what it is. This has actually been a very interesting preseason for Halloween Horror Nights. A lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. So, but anyway, guys, that's it for me, and I will talk to you on the next announcement.